Welcome to yet another road trip. This week it's a Hyundai Kona and we're going to be going to a Genesis launch, which gives us time to test every facet. We already love the looks. I mean, just look at these lights. That's not surprising. I fell in love with the new Tucson. There's just something about the latest Hyundai design language, isn't there? Anyway, let's venture. Our first port of call, a Premier Inn in Newton Aycliffe. So we left Silverdale, the Crag's still shut, and we're heading into Carnforth. It's an interesting vehicle to drive. I'm just familiarising myself with all the controls. I like the blue lighting, which illuminates all the buttons. And I'm just seeing what toys we've got. Lane keep assist. I don't know if we've got adaptive cruise. Not found it yet. There's a whole array of buttons down here. And we've got a heads-up display.
In 0.1 miles, turn left.
So this is Carnforth. And that, down there, is where Brief Encounter was filmed. And here's our friendly neighbourhood BP Pulse. We're heading to Newton Aycliffe, jumping on the M6, getting off at Brough, and then heading through Kirkby Stephen. And then we'll jump on the A66. It's about 140 miles, I think. Well, I got that completely wrong. It's at about 90 miles. I'm thinking of going to Middlesbrough, where I went to university. That was, well, depending on which way I went, it was about 140 miles.
At the roundabout.
But this is the way you would go, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So that you know this route really well.
I do. Ooh. Nippy. Makes a bit of noise, but it's bound to. It's a hybrid. Feel the power though. I was driving to Kirkby Stephen
In 1 mile.
and I had a lowered Mark II Golf GTI 8 valve. And I saw these rather prestigious and very expensive looking rear lenses, but I thought that's an expensive car. And then I thought, well, I'm doing 60, and I just realised there was no way I was gaining on them. I put my foot down a little more and I still couldn't catch them, and I dread to think how fast they were going. And then I caught up to them as I entered into Kirkby Stephen, and it was 3 Bentleys. And I have no clue to this day where they were going, but they were driving like they were either police trained or military trained, because it was extremely quick driving, it really was. So we're joining the M6. Let's see what the light plan bring up. Eco has now gone to power, and we're at the limit.
Did you ever find out what those Bentleys were?
No, I didn't. I think they were probably on the way to Hull to be shipped. I had an inkling they were probably stolen, because they were travelling at well over 100 miles an hour on the moors. I've never seen anything quite like it.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, totally. We've got automatic lights, they're LED. The low throw seems to be pretty good too. It feels well planted. First impressions, pretty damn good. Yeah, you've got the hard plastics, and I do love the exterior styling. And I've just noticed we've got adaptive cruise. Yeah, it's pretty damn cool. It's not quite as modern and stylish as the new Tucson, but I'm sure when they release a brand new one of these, it will. Gonna have to hold it down tonight. Salt. So obviously we're expecting some freezing temperatures. Can't see it on the oh, there it is, 4 degrees. I don't believe that. I think it's far colder.
Especially with that wind chill, it feels even worse, I think.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this analog cluster as well. It's like a digital analog cluster, if that makes sense. I'm saying we've got 387 miles of range. can see what driving mode we're in, and it's really simple to see when it's charging, like now, and when I'm flooring it. Invariably that kicks the engine in, getting 49.6 to the gallon. But the other thing, and this is the best part, is, you know, I turned on my heated steering wheel. Well, it's nice and toasty and warm.
Excellent. Now the controls for your heated steering wheel and your heated and ventilated seats.
Ventilated?
Yep. Down here, either side of the shifter. And underneath the heated seats option on the driver's side is the heated steering wheel. Very nice.
It's got a lot of mod cons, this. Got lane keep assist, adaptive, and the auto headlamps. It's amazing how many people have actually flashed me to say drop your beam, and I'm like, I am on my low beam.
It's just that good.
I was going to say they must be pretty good. Ah, toasty seat, toasty wheel.
Perfect for these wintry days.
Yes. I've just found a rather fun feature. Transform.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. We now have a Rev Counter and red.
Sweet.
So we're heading to Kirby Stephen, then we'll jump on the A66 after that and head up to Scotch Corner and then to Newton Aycliffe. Decent lights on the back road, and I've noticed that the lights are fast, going from high beam to low beam, so it's rather responsive. And I did notice when driving on the motorway then, the lane keep assist, it just gently glides you around those little corners, and it's a rather intuitive system. Whoa!
Was that a big gritter?
That was a gritter with a snowplow on it.
Oh, wow.
Ah, here we go. Goes into 2 lanes now. This used to be the perfect lane for G'ing out people. Whoa, it's got some pull, this thing. I'm just trying to detect what the weather conditions are like. When you see big snowplows, you kind of think it might be a bit icy and snowy up here. But no, it's got good road holding. Yes, I know. Lane departure warning, kind of going a little overzealous there. Impressive cornering skills, decent power, but that's the addition of an electric motor with a petrol engine. It's fun. Kirby Stephen we go. A bit sludgy. Thank you. Pickups, decent drivers. Ah, Christmassy Kirby Stephen.
Oh, look at that. It's so pretty.
Used to be a lovely bakery here. Those massive eclairs.
Ooh.
Next stop, the A66. It's not really.
So we're heading to Scotch Corner.
It's join the A66. Thank you.
So we're doing quite well for time and speed and distance and what have you,
So it's
aren't
a
we?
decent journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
No traffic. Decent vehicle to drive. Economy of 49.95. 49.95. Sounds like a radio station on the speed of a plane. Anyway, around 50 to the gallon. Amazing.
And you've been having a little bit of fun, haven't you? So that's good.
Snowplowy type thing.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Oh, like military grade. Ooh. Lane keep assist doing a good job there. Nice. Pulling up here, 70 miles an hour going up the A66, climbing these hills. Absolutely no problem. Keep your foot down, I dread to think how fast we'd be going. We're not even in sport. Well, it looks like we're going to have to be holding it down at some point because, yes, I think that is snow. Snow on the A66 is not a good thing. Oh my word, look at it. Now I understand why we keep seeing snowplows and gritters. How are you doing?
The weather report.
Yeah, probably. It's quite a clever system, this, like the Tucson, as you can see in green there, says that we're actually in EV mode. And we're charging at 67 miles an hour, so yeah. Wouldn't you agree it's rather refined in here, Annabelle? Very little road noise, wind noise.
Exactly that. It's comfortable. You've got good vision.
Yeah.
It's a really nice place to be.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm impressed.
Ag.
Scotch egg corner.
Ag.
Scotch egg corner.
Ag.
Weatherby Leeds. Yeah.
And Newcastle.
Oh, yeah. Well, that didn't take very long, did it, to get to Scotch egg corner?
Miles at
Middleton
the
Tires.
roundabout.
That's similar to
Take the
Middleton
second
South.
exit.
Middleton Tyres.
Middleton Tires. Screen
Green
wash.
clean.
I do love fresh screen wash in the morning.
And then we're nearly there.
A1 close to Swalwell.
Swalwell.
Swal.
That must be how they pronounce it.
Swal. It could well be,
Uh,
considering following your father's toad.
Harry's toad.
Yes. There we go. So let's slow it a little more. Barton Park.
I thought that said backpack park.
Backpack.
My mum got me the big backpack.
Yeah, you go to get crazy already. Yeah. Right, let's try adaptive. Okay, that's the wrong button. Oh, there we go. We press this, and then we press. I think it's doing it. It is.
It is. It is.
Yes. Yeah, that's easy. You press that button once.
Cute.
That was a rather enjoyable drive. We're now heading into Newton Aycliffe Village.
Exit left.
And this is where we're staying tonight at Premier Inn. Thanks for that, Mr. Morgan.
In 0.1
Should I call you Dex?
at the roundabout.
It's going to be an ongoing theme, isn't it, Annabelle?
It is.
Oh, the heads-up display's quite handy.
It is good, isn't
It
it?
shows lots of information. It's got things like the lane keep assist and speeds and see if it got the road sign recognition in there. We don't have the bonnet.
No.
There is no bonnet.
No, it weren't.
In 0.1 miles, turn
Yes.
left.
I heard there was a chicken around. Bishopton.
So it's the next left. So it's here. Okay. Premier Inn. Yes. Here.
The Gretna Green.
Oh.
It's a bit far
Turn
out.
left.
Yes.
It's clearly not here.
Yes, but that's the Gretna Green, not Gretna Green. So we are here at our destination.
We are. Nice easy vehicle to just climb into and drive. Decent power. Warm. With heated seats, heated steering wheel.
Comfortable seats, great visibility.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
Made the journey a nice, pleasant cruise, actually, isn't it?
it's a comfortable, supportive seat as well. We'll take a deeper look tomorrow. Let's get some sleep, eat some food, and get ready for Genesis. No, not Phil Collins. Genesis. You can tell we've driven it through snow. Interesting design language. Time to meet the Newton Aycliffe's Dominic. Impressive, aggressive looks. I do like these wheels. Decent boot size. Legit disabled parking. Non-legit disabled parking. That'll be a tool. Back in the car. And we're on our way to Genesis. Flooring it off from the lights. Not bad. It's about 11 miles and it looks like we're in store for some snow. That'll be interesting in some powerful Genesis cars. We'll keep you updated. Not every day you see one of these, especially not on an A road. Whoa. Silo tanker? Maybe? Look at that, there's ant here! So we're going to Barton. This is the way I used to go to uni.
Oh.
I used to get off at this junction going yeeks, a squeaks. And I know that's there because I remember it from my journeys.
In 0.1 miles.
That truck stop before the roundabout.
Exactly.
Well, we've now got snow, we've got wind,
Right.
and it's taking it very well.
Turn right.
You You can feel the lane keep assist doing its job. Yeah, the fast roads around here.
In 1 mile, turn left.
Lovely.
Yeah,
So it's this next left.
it is. Makes things nice and easy.
It lodges
That's it.
straight, yeah. But there's obviously two
Decided
entrances.
to take us into a locked gate.
In 0.1 miles.
Welcome to the gatehouse.
Turn right.
Do we stop?
I don't. Yes. Please. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It says please wait here.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, a squirrel. Get the squirrels.
I'm trying.
Hello.
Good morning.
We're here for Genesis. Excellent.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And you. Bye.
Ooh, electric mode.
Ooh.
Look at all the animals. Got lots of squirrels.
We like lots of squirrels.
We do.
So this is the crossroads.
Turn right.
Okay.
This
He's
is where
right.
you get out. Me, I'm better off alone.
Here we go.
Just looking for it to get-
Genesis.
oh, look at those.
Carpark, I know.
Ooh, fantastic.
I was saying, how many Genesis cars?
That's pretty good
They
there.
brought the whole fleet, haven't
Yeah,
they? Excellent.
Morning.
Hiya. That was a bit pants. Hiya. And we're here.
We are starting to see some of the northern group already. Good morning and welcome to Middleton Lodge. We're at a Genesis range day. You've got saloons, you've got hatchbacks, you've got SUVs, a range of powertrains, even electric coming in the future. I suppose that's the thing about Genesis, isn't it? I mean, they're trying to establish themselves in a luxury market that's quite hard to get into. But of what we've seen today, they're seriously going in the right direction. Superb day with the Genesis team, Simon Branney and the rest of the crew. Now it's time to get back into our new Hyundai Kona. You can even get a 4-wheel drive model of this. The design language has changed so much since the previous gen. Almost looks sporty car. Such an interesting looking SUV. Tech loaded too. Well, time to head back to Silverdale. Time to bid a fond farewell to Genesis. Better go and join the A66, Annabelle, and
Head on home.
well, we've got Storm Barra, haven't we?
Barreling down, get it?
Oh, flurries of snow, snow plows, gritters. Well, that'd be an adventure and a half.
Stormy winds at heading up to 80 miles an hour.
Eek
Eek a squeak.
and eek.
Watch out for that tree. Do you want your seat heating on?
Yes, please.
I'll put it on a 1 if you want it up higher, tell me.
It's a tree already. Left, right
Left,
even.
Right here, yeah.
Turn right.
Well, thank you, Middleton Lodge. It's been lovely.
Clear, your way.
Clear.
Clear. Wheel spinach.
A squeak.
In 0.1.
And we're heading back to Scotch Corner. Makes you think of Scotch broth.
Okay, back into eco mode. I still feel the wind battering us. It's way worse than it was yesterday. But it still feels nicely planted. You can feel a little bit of buffer pig, as Annabelle would call it.
You can't really hear it very much, can you? It's very
No.
refined in here.
Oh no, all I can hear is Dexter Morgan.
What I'll do is
Genesis! Is that one of the cars at the range day, or is that just a new Genesis?
I think it's an actual Genesis.
Is it not a range car? Oh,
It's not a range car, yeah.
it's the first one we've seen on the road.
Ironic, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Well, it shows they're obviously making traction.
Which is great.
Yes, it is. They deserve to.
Check in and do a range update and a check-in a bit further down the line.
Wouldn't want to be out in this weather, would
I
you?
was literally just thinking you wouldn't want to be doing this job today.
No. Seriously.
But they're taking those bollards away. They're actually opening the lane back up.
Be careful and follow my father's code.
Apparently it's not so bad over at home.
Good.
So,
Well, it's
yeah.
pretty bad here. It looks like there's a tornado on the right hand side of that 40 footer. I'm glad we're heading back, Annabelle.
I am too.
It's amazing how grounded this feels though. I mean, everything's going to hell in a handbasket out there, isn't it? And look at us. I mean, look at the wagon. It's blowing all over the shop. And us, we're just
Nice and planted.
warm seats,
Yeah.
warm wheel, warm environment, clear infotainment with our navigation from Waze, working through Apple CarPlay. And a cluster that reminds me of a certain vehicle I drove this morning. How strange.
Storm Barrow is lining up to be as fierce as Alwyn.
Storm wheelbarrow.
Storm Barrow is barreling down.
It is indeed.
Okay, we'll start with the terrible puns now, but you get the idea.
Well, it's punishment enough.
I see what you did there. Uh-oh, snow. It really is quite fierce around here, isn't it?
Snow money, snow problems.
And the terrible puns continue.
Considering its ride height and the height of the vehicle, it's staying well planted, it really is. And that's what we've noticed most about these last few weeks, I think. We've been driving pretty much high-sided SUVs.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's not a 40 footer, but it is still totally different to, say, a coupe or a saloon. So the fact that they can drive like this in adverse weather conditions really is a strength.
Yeah, it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Standing water. Look at this.
Oh gosh, this is
Right, I'm going to hold it down there.
1 degree.
Right, okay.
Corrected it really quickly though.
Look at that.
I know.
Left.
Yeah.
Ah. This has changed quickly. I think we've chosen the right time to come back.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Gritters with snow plows.
I was going to say, we do like to test our vehicles, don't we?
We do indeed.
It's amazing how many people underestimate ice and snow at this height, at this temperature, and the fact that it could just freeze and all of a sudden we
Yes, exactly that.
are the more sensible to travel at 60 miles an hour rather than doing 70 in this.
Exactly. Why would you?
Deathwish.
Yeah. You can really see what the side wind is doing there.
Really don't. I have noticed that I've lost some of my safety. Got like a hazard. Whoa, you're a bit crazy. Anyway, back to the cluster. Because of the snow and the ice and everything building up, it has limited some of the things, but it did give me a decent warning. So the best bet in that situation is to stop at the most, well, the safest point, which here is just not there. I mean, look, there we go, the warning again. Board safety systems disabled, radar blocked, and that's due to snow and ice and plummeting temperatures. So you stop, like somewhere like this, and then just clear off the lenses and any of the safety devices at the front.
Not to mention black ice.
Black ice, so don't you know, wipe away the tears.
Oh, we're getting into random jibber jabber mode again.
Yeah.
On the road again.
The thing is, I do know this road like the back of my hand. The speeds
Well,
I
you
used to
will
come
do.
down here when I was a youth. I like that. When I was a youth.
When you were a ute.
Yeah.
When you were a ute.
An 8-valve Golf GTI. A set of
You must have had fun.
Spax or Yamex or something.
So how many times do you think you actually did this route?
Well, I was doing it over 2 years, at least once a week.
Blimey.
Yeah. Snowplow.
Big snow plow with a bit of bits.
But no, it's a very, very, very fast road. I once came down here and I'll never forget it. There's points where you can turn around and go back, and it's for things like cars.
So there are turning places.
Points is like that,
Yeah.
and there was a 40 footer turning to go back up. and it didn't have any of the lights on the side per se. It had the odd one, and what it had done is essentially blocked both sides. So all 4 lanes had a 40-footer across it, and I came down at, let's say, 70. And I'm glad I had racing suspension and some uprated brakes, because, well, I saw it quite late because it wasn't illuminated, and then I had to take evasive action and cut right round to the far left as fast as I could. And what it would have done is it would have been like Smoking the Bandit style. They'd gone straight into the trailer.
Not worth thinking about.
No, exactly. It just shows you that hazards, especially at night, can just appear, and that's that. You've just got to be watching everywhere.
So that's now a warning saying camera obscured.
Yep.
So the warning system is very intuitive and lets you know exactly what's going on.
But no, this is a lovely driver's road. Not bad in eco mode.
No, it's very peppy.
Put it in sport though. Far quicker. The thing is, at no point did that feel dangerous.
No.
I feel it slipping a little bit, but it's slushy snow with ice. And it comes with the territory. The vehicle just cut through it. Now we're on this road. Believe it or not, travelling at this speed, we're actually ever so slightly charging. And weirdly, we're going up a hill. Let that out. Mind you, we are in electric mode. One good thing about this vehicle is when you're travelling 60 miles an hour on a country road, it doesn't really feel like it.
You actually think you're travelling far slower, like say 45, yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. It just means that it takes speed
1 mile.
very well, which is good for an SUV. Back into Kirby Stephen. Appleby to our right. That's the other thing that you've got to watch out for. I was going at some, let's say 70 on the A66, and during horse fair time,
21 miles at the roundabout. Continue straight.
don't be surprised if you come across, well, essentially a gypsy caravan with horses, which is quite worrying when you're doing 70, because all of a sudden you have to apply the brakes really, really quickly, because something travelling at 2 miles an hour appears rather fast, even if you're the best driver on the planet. And they're not what you call illuminated. So if you come across them at night, yeesh. Lovely market town this. Well, luckily the snow has stopped. It's still driving rain. But our safety has cleared itself up. Now here's the interesting thing. We didn't actually stop to do it because it wasn't really safe. So bear in mind, if it starts raining or gets drier or something, all of a sudden your safety could just start working again. Spoke a little too soon. We have a look forward, you'll see how bad the weather's got again. And then it's only 33 miles back. We have a range of 268 miles. And I'm trying to think if we had... Did we have about 374 when we set off?
Something like that. I'd have to check it, but yeah, it was well up there.
In which case, it's only used about 100 miles, and I'm sure we've done way more than that. And actually, we're still getting 49 to the gallon, which is quite surprising the way I've been driving. I mean, yes, I've had to slow down for these treacherous conditions, but the rest of the time I've kept knocking it into sport whenever I've got a chance.
Yes, you have been having fun with it.
Yeah. No, that's it. It's just easy to drive. You help with things like blind spot detection. So if you're passing something like a 40-footer, you're about to pull in, unless it's clear, it'll battle with you with the steering wheel, and it will also tell you there's
The tree on the road.
Yeah, that was a...
Typically I was facing the wrong way with the camera then, but...
Yeah, but you saw my evasive action,
Yes.
and it took it well, didn't it?
It did.
I didn't even get a chance to warn the vehicle behind. Clearing up, isn't it?
It is.
Look at this for power delivery. Quite happily just zooming up the M6.
Yeah, the wind's still a bit fierce. But look at that wind. Look at that wind farm, wind spinny thing.
Look at that! What rain? What storm? Ooh! That's interesting. One of the greatest things about this is how agile it is on a motorway. I'm just zipping between lanes in heavy winds, and at least the rain stopped, but it's just staying well composed the whole way. Well, time to exit the M6, get on the back roads.
Take the first exit. Continue straight.
I do like this hairpin. Let's see how well it goes round. Whee! Ah, impressive. Looks like we've missed the weather here.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how bad it is just over the other side of the Pennines, would you?
No, you wouldn't. 233 miles of range. The bottom line is, this is quite an economical car. That's if you can drive it economically. And, well, I can't. When you knock it into sport, it just unleashes the darker side of the Kona, which I like. Oh, yeah.
And it's nice to have that choice and versatility, because you can tell the difference.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it just tightens everything up. Far more responsive. And no, it doesn't seem to change the steering. The steering weightens up nicely on the back road anyway at speed. Well, we can leave sport mode now because we're back into Silverdale. I don't really want to, because it makes it far more engaging. It makes it far more responsive as well. However, I do see the eco side. I mean, after all, we're driving a hybrid. But what an interesting journey. We've experienced, like last week, pretty much every weather you can think of. But that makes for a good road trip.
Shows you exactly what the vehicle is capable of, and how well it handles.
Do that again.
Well, it shows you exactly what the vehicle is capable of, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it shows
what
you its downfalls.
Yeah.
Things like safety getting covered in ice and snow, but the fact that even with that it still remained solid on the road. And I'd actually go as far to say that the lane keep assist was still working then, whereas in another vehicle we tested last week, we ended up with a flat battery, it disabled it. So that's I mean, it's interesting the way that technologies work.
Houdini!
Macanini! We averaged 44.7 to the gallon with me driving. That's pretty impressive considering I use sport on the motorway. 69.2, 44.7 and 1 hour and 31 minutes.
Excellent.
Yeah.